Broncos country. What is going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Finally back with my part two of Michael Penix. I apologize. This took a little bit longer to get out than I anticipated, but y'all hit that like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Penix, what you think about these plays. 9 plays I got to show us today from his second half game against the University of Oregon. This was their first matchup during the regular season out there in Seattle. And of course, y'all hit that subscribe. We're on our way to 500 subs. It's my goal, I guess, to hit that by the NFL draft. So we'll see how that goes. I'll link in the description in the comments part 1, a little bit longer, but wanting to go ahead and get into part 2. So let me go ahead and pull up my notes here on my phone. We'll share my screen and we'll get started. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this. We're going to start with 30, 40. And hopefully I'm not making y'all dizzy here finding these right plays. Apologies if so. Let me go ahead and adjust the playback speed. I had this going a little bit fast earlier today. Okay, so this is going to start off the second half with a money throw here from Michael Penix here to the end zone. Back shoulder. This is going to look really nice. Come on now. Oh, it was over here. My bad. And just look at the ball placement. Look at that. And I believe number 1's Jalen Polk. Throws this really well. Touchdown. I mean, that's nice stuff. Now we can get a better look at it over here. Look how he sets his feet right there. When he has the ability to do that, he usually throws a more accurate ball. We'll see some inaccurate throws where the foot placement isn't exactly the best. But yeah, sometimes he can struggle a little bit with guys in his face or a little bit of pressure. But hey, the best quarterbacks, like I always say, they're always great at getting rid of the ball earlier than most, right? And this is like the corner of the screen, but you can see here, just great ball placement. Touchdown. Huskies. So that was play number 1 from Michael Penix that I wanted to highlight for y'all. Let's go ahead and move out to 31-12. Okay. So here's going to show we're going to see his mobility in the pocket a little bit. This is actually an incomplete pass downfield. So you can see with how they kind of have this coverage here, they have like this zone where this safety is going to be coming over for help over here. And then this safety right here is actually going to be covering this guy, this inside receiver who's going to be running this like post or, deep crosser. And it's going to free up this one-on-one matchup between this wide receiver and this cornerback. And he's going to take the chance on throwing this thing. So, excuse my terrible drawings. Let's get back to it. You can see how really opens up here. Penix looking nice, but he just overthrows this one a little bit. As you can see, there's a guy right there that's in his face a little bit. But still overall a clean pocket, and he just airmails this one a little bit. As you can see, the ball is right here. Oops. Get another look at it right here as well. But you can see him move in the pocket a little bit, move to where he can find those throwing lanes, sets his feet. And maybe with this placement, you think maybe he's stepping a little bit more towards the sideline than he should. I'll let you quarterback gurus tell me what your thoughts are, but airmails it way over his head. Whoops. All right, but let's go ahead and get to the next play. 33-44. This is oh no, this is a good play. Got a few good. I got some good ones and I got a few bad ones as well. Okay. So this is a nice, accurate pass in pressure. Okay. Simple throw. Okay. But this is stuff that you got to be able to execute in the NFL and definitely with Sean Payton. See this guy blitzing out on the edge right here. What Michael Penix does, throws a really nice ball in the face of pressure. He's kind of fading away a little bit to avoid contact. That's normal. That's fine. Look at the ball placement. I talk about this with Bo Nix. I talk about this with part one of my Michael Penix film review. But when he's throwing that check down, when he's throwing in the flats to the tight ends and running backs, overall, I think he does a pretty good job of making sure he's placing that in a position to where the receiver can then move upfield easily. He's not stunning their momentum, which is, I mean, can't remember how many times I've said this, but over the last few years, but I was like, man, if our quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, could just throw that dump off accurately, these plays would go for longer. But he throws this one to Dylan Johnson really nice. Okay, let's get to 36-26. Or 34-17. Let's get to 34-17. I'm skipping a throw here really quick. All right, 2nd and 5. Whoops. Let me get my note open here real quick. So this is the example of, hey, that last play I showed you, that's what some stuff that Russell Wilson could have struggled doing at different times. This is an example where it's like, hey, this is why I can see maybe why certain evaluators aren't as high on him, why Bo Nix might be ahead of him. I don't really know. But this is shades of Russell Wilson in a bad way, like KJ Hamler's all pissed off type of way. Look at this, okay? He sees that he's got this. Let me rewind a little bit. Show you what he's seeing pre-snap. So kind of have this stacked look over here with these two receivers. You got the stacked look at the bottom as well, the slot receiver. And what he gets is some one-on-one right here. Okay. And he sees that and he says, you know what? Forget the fact that, this was kind of going more so into like a cover one or so. If you have this safety kind of come down into the box, move outside a little bit. I guess not the box, but you can see, hey, he should have identified pre-snap that he was going to have one-on-one with all this space available. This slot receiver, right? You got 3 guys on 2. Granted, you got a one-on-one, but Michael Penix doesn't even look in this direction and decides, you know what, I'm just going to throw the one-on-one over his head. And you can see the wide receiver, this slot wide receiver, hands on his head, pissed off as he should be because he was wide open. He was wide open. You want to see Michael Penix make these types of throws and understand where the soft spots in the defense are going to be at. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This guy's wide open. He had all this space to run. And you can see he puts his hands up right there saying, hey, I was open, man. Come on. He's all upset. Remember KJ Hamler wide open in the end zone, him throwing his helmet, pissed off? That's what it reminded me of. And you'll be able to see it again here. But I was listening to JT O'Sullivan's quarterback rankings today, and he talked about how he feels like Michael Penix misses a lot of these open throws. And this is a prime example of this. This is something that I think can be coached, though. He's got the arm talent, and he does hit between the numbers enough to where I'm confident that he can do it at the NFL level, but maybe why you're not talking about him as a top 10 pick or something like that is because of these plays right here. I mean, this is pre-snap where you would want to identify, hey, I'm going to have a guy. See, you got all these guys moving out to this side over here. The whole middle of the field is just wide open. He should have known that he was going to have one-on-one coverage here. But that's not how it worked out. Missed throw on his end. I'm sure Sean Payton showed him this one, right? Because he's like, man, all they did was show me my bad plays. So I would have been interested to see what he had to say about this one, right? But let's get back to some of the positive stuff. 36, 30, or 20, if I can talk, 36, 26. Well, that is 35. This is tough to do. Okay. 36, 26. This is going to be a nice money throw, I believe, against pressure. Or no, between the numbers, rather. And maybe he faces a little bit of pressure in here. I'm trying to remember. You kind of have a cover 2 look there with the safeties deep. All right, let's snap this ball, Michael Penix. Come on now. Getting his drop back, facing 4. CeCe's got kind of this zone coverage over here. Maybe it turns into a little bit more cover 3. And has this guy coming over the middle. This time, he makes this read over the middle and fires in a dart right at the sticks or right behind the sticks. Really good throw. Possibly behind him just a little bit, but didn't stunt his momentum. First down. First down. Really nice throw from Michael Penix. This is the type of stuff when I see that, I'm like, hey, I know this guy can get better at those throws over the field and just making sure he understands the reads pre-snap. Okay. Let's go to 39-10. This was an interesting one. So he changes the protection here, which is nice. He's actually hit when he's throwing. So again, having to deliver the ball accurately when facing pressure, I think is something he can do. Of course, his game against Michigan was not good with that, but you see, got this free blitzer coming through. Has a cushion with the coverage and throws this ball nicely while getting hit. Thrown, maybe you could have thrown it a little bit earlier, but again, I feel like I'm splitting hairs a little bit here. It's thrown really accurately to where only this wide receiver can get it. Forget if this is McMillan or whoever it is, but through that with some decent anticipation, good ball placement while getting hit. And this was on third down. This is a third down throw. This is where you make your money, right? Really nice throw. Maybe that's Polk. I forget their numbers. Okay. Let's go to 43-22. Got some more ball placement. All right. You have another empty set. Got a wide receiver down here as well. Good ball placement over the middle. This was my note for this throw. You can see it's got this nice window over here. Safety's back here. It's got some one-on-one coverage. Oh, that's right. It's to this guy. I'm so sorry. But look at the ball placement. Again, in between the numbers, right at the hashes. I thought that this was good ball placement. Extends the drive. Understands what he's looking at. That's his second read. Throws it to where only he can get it. Really nice throw there from Michael Penix. And now we just got his last two throws of the game, which won them the game. They were behind against Oregon. And let's go to 44 or 47-15. Really nice stuff here. This was the best throw of the half. Going through this shows you the arm talent. Moves in the pocket, moves a little bit out to the right, and just throws an absolute dime to this part of the field. Sets his feet again. See, keeps that lead foot more going vertical rather than towards the sideline. And look at the ball placement of this. It's literally right in between these guys. Amazing. Great ball placement. That was my favorite throw of the half going through all this. Again, look, sets his feet well, even with facing some pressure. And I mean, just a nice spiral. Who doesn't love a nice spiral? Great stuff. And now we can get to the last play of the game, this touchdown play. Game-winning touchdown here. And this is just amazing back shoulder throw placement to this part of the end zone right here. Great back shoulder throw. You see it's completed. DB couldn't even get his hands up in time. Touchdown. And there we go. Let's take another look at it. And sets his feet. Look at that ball placement. I know it's probably a little grainy, but only where he could get it. Touchdown. And so that's Michael Penix, at least the conclusion of my part 2 film review of him. He's a really fun quarterback, y'all. Like, I think both him and Bo Nix, in my opinion, I think they will be available at the end of the first round, maybe even into the second round. That's just my gut feeling. We'll see if the Broncos move up for one of them, or stay at 12 at one of them, or for one of them, or just move back to get one of them. We'll just have to see. But I like Michael Penix. I love his arm talent. There's some things that he needs to clean up from a consistency perspective, but what guys don't have things to work on coming into the NFL. I think he's got a lot of talent there. And again, working with Sean Payton, any of these guys, I feel like they're going to reach they have better odds of reaching their ceiling when they go to somebody like a Sean Payton than other situations. Might I say whoever's running the Pittsburgh Steelers offense? Might I say that? Arthur Smith. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see, y'all. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you thought about this film. And let me know like what your quarterback rankings are right now. Maybe I'll do a video on that soon. But I appreciate all the love. Again, subscribe, comment, and yeah, we're on our way to 500. I'll be back again soon, tomorrow, Broncos country. And as always, go Broncos.